Hello, everybody, and welcome to more Political Excess. This time, let's do the best case scenario for the Republicans in the upcoming Senate midterms. I already did the best case scenario for the Democrats, so this time we'll take a look at the Republicans. Some of these are tough to predict, but let's go through it anyway. Safe states are over a 10-point margin, likely 5 to 10 points, lean under 5 points, and tilt 1 point or less. So this is if it was a big red wave, what would happen in the Senate? Let's start in Alaska. That, of course, would stay safe for the Republicans, and that is safe in pretty much any scenario. Hawaii, safe for the Democrats. There's no way that will ever not be safe for the Democrats in the foreseeable couple of decades. Let's go back up to the West Coast, Washington. There has been some polls that show Patty Murray in a little bit of trouble. There's even been a poll that shows her in the low single digits. I'm not really buying it, but I do accept that this could be closer than some previous races. And in a great scenario for the Republicans, I'd say it gets under 10 points. I'll put it at likely. I'm really reluctant to say it would get down to a lean. I can't rule it out if it was a total landslide, but the safe bet here is to say likely. Oregon and California, that's still going to be safe for the Democrats. Nevada, that will be a lean for Adam Laxalt, as well as a flip and a pickup for the Republicans. Laxalt has had a slight lead in the recent polls. He could maintain that, or it could flip back. In this scenario, it would be a high lean margin, probably 4 to 5 points. Idaho and Utah will be safe for the Republicans. How about down in Arizona? Well, if everything goes right for Blake Masters and Mark Kelly kind of drags his feet into the final stretch, I think Masters could pick this up and flip it by a lean margin. Probably 2 to 3 points would be the best case scenario. Let's go to Colorado. That would be a lean for Michael Bennet. I think even in a bad night for the Democrats and a good one for the Republicans, Bennet is still going to win this by at least a couple points. North Dakota, South Dakota, safe for the Republicans. Kansas, Oklahoma, and the Oklahoma Special are all safe for the Republicans. Iowa would be safe for Chuck Grassley and the Republicans. Missouri would be safe for the Republicans. Arkansas and Louisiana also safe for the Republicans. I don't think there's much to explain on any of those states. They're already borderline safe on a regular night for the Republicans. On a great night, some of them are going to be well over 10 points. How about up in Wisconsin? That will be a likely for Ron Johnson. Johnson already probably has a slight edge at this point. If he really picks up steam in the closing weeks, he'd be able to win that by 5 to 6 points. Illinois, I just am not seeing it get under 10, even in a great night for the Republicans. In this scenario, it would be about 10.5 to 11 points. If it was some epic landslide, it could get down to like 9 points. But within reason, this would be very low double digits. Indiana, safe for the Republicans, as well as Kentucky and Alabama. Down in Florida, that will be a low safe margin for Marco Rubio and the Republicans. He'd be able to win that probably by 10 to 11 points if everything fell into place and it was a big red wave. How about Georgia? Georgia is a state up in the air right now, but I think if it was a really good night for the Republicans, Herschel Walker would win that by 2 to 3 points. South Carolina, safe for Tim Scott. North Carolina, that would be a low likely margin for Ted Budd. Probably 5 to 6 points, maybe 7 if he had a really strong showing. Let's go to Ohio. I think if J.D. Vance was firing on all cylinders, he would win that by a low double-digit margin, 10 to 11 points. The polls may very well be underestimating Republican support in Ohio. They have done so previously. The state has trended to the right. And it's tough to say that would be a safe margin right now, with Tim Ryan even up in some of the polls. But if the past is any indicator, I think Vance could still crack double digits. Let's go over to New Hampshire. That would be a tilt for Don Bolduc. At this point, it does seem like Don Bolduc would really have to run the table just to squeak out a slight win. So if Maggie Hassan fizzles out here at the end and Bolduc surges, that's how I can see the Republicans picking up that seat. Vermont, New York, Connecticut, that would all still stay safe for the Democrats. How about Pennsylvania? That would be a lean for Dr. Oz. He's made up some ground in polling in recent weeks. Doesn't mean he's going to win, but it means if the trend continues, And if there's debates and Dr. Oz has a good performance, he could finish this with a win by about 3 to 4 points. And finally, in Maryland, the best case scenario for the Republicans there is Chris Van Hollen wins by a safe margin. I think even if Larry Hogan ran there, Van Hollen would still win, probably by a likely margin. But anyway, that would be my map, and that would result in 54 Republicans and 46 Democrats. This would be the dream night for the Republicans. You could make a case on a couple of these other states with the margins, maybe Nevada, maybe North Carolina, but I think this is kind of the max Republicans could pull out. I don't think they would flip Colorado, even in a great night, and everything else is way off the table for the Republicans this cycle. So let me know in the comments, do you mostly agree with my map, or do you disagree on a couple of these states? Let me know down below. Feel free to check out my other video for the best case scenario for the Democrats. And if you enjoy this channel, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. Follow me on Twitter. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video.